There are three enemies to the secure life that you want, that you've been thinking, praying, wishing, and hoping you find in marriage, and marriage has yet to happen, so you feel empty. There's like three enemies that's keeping you from this security. Okay, number one is comparison. Comparison has been easily tearing at you in the smallest of ways, from all your friends getting married to attending all these weddings and wondering if you're going to be next, to everything that you're seeing online and through social media day in and day out that constantly reminds you of what you don't have. It keeps you in this loop of wishing you were in their shoes, looking at the surface level, looking at all the friendships that are getting into relationships and making it look so easy. And here you are struggling and being without. And it makes you kind of continue to stay in this cycle and loop that you can't break. But it's not just comparison that makes you move in lack and not abundance that's playing an enemy, but it leads to the fantasy timetables. That's the second enemy. And this is just, well, you and what you created, because you said you'd be married by now. You said you'd have the family and the kids by now, and you would be successful by now. You finally arrived, only for none of this to happen by this time. And so now you're still falling flat on your face. No one's coming to save you, and it continues to create even further anxiety, anger, angst, which then leads to the third enemy, which is codependency, because codependency has been your formula for regulating. Okay, you've never really been able to trust yourself. And so as a result, you've constantly depended on other people to be that source of regulation. If it's friends, if it's a situationship, maybe just having a roster, and that makes you feel satisfied, when in reality it's just filling a void and not really creating inner change, transformation, being something that's beneficial for your life. And so all these enemies are playing a cohesive role, like jumping you every day in the smallest of ways. And it's actually participating in the journey and program to becoming secure that allows you to go from being that individual that lives in comparison to moving in a secure rhythm, a rhythm you've created. More importantly, a rhythm that allows you to remain in where God has you, because he's the one that never gave you that set expectation. It was you that did that. It was your friends that did that. It was your family that did that. And so that allows you to move at a rhythm at your own pace and being secure within yourself in that space. Then actually, instead of being in a place of codependency, you actually learn to live in a place of self-trust. You grow confident in who you're becoming. You're able to trust your decision making, and you're not constantly living and rehearsing, re-listening to messages, revisiting text messages and conversations, pictures, and all those kinds of things that constantly keeps you in this loop of second guessing. Instead, you're making decisions, you're being decisive, and you're trusting your decision making one step at a time, which then also leads to you moving in present alignment instead of fantasy timetables, where you're aligned in the present, you're making the most of where you are. And more importantly, you don't feel you're chasing after the wind or falling behind because of the next person's success, because of the next person arriving someplace. You are full within yourself, and as a result, no longer abandoning yourself to try to match a pace that God actually doesn't even have you on, and that's okay. And you learn to be okay with that. All these things are very possible for your life, but you got to first be able to move in a place of honesty completely with where you are in order to even expose these enemies, and then furthermore, be able to reach the milestones that secure and being secure allows you to get to, resting in this lane of security, whether marriage comes now or later. So do me a favor. If all of this made sense to you, comment secure in the comment section below. I actually want to send you my free relational diagnostic that's designed to help you actually get close understanding to where you are in your relationships compared to where you want to be. And it begins to set out a blueprint, exactly the things that you need to be willing to address, that's going to give you your next steps and next solutions to getting to the love you really want, that starts with you resting in security in who you are as you are today. So you're no longer abandoning who you are, or no longer abandoning yourself at all in order to chase after someone who doesn't want you, or chasing after a love that really isn't for you because it's causing you to leave who you are to have it. Comment secure in the comment section below. I want to get you this free relational diagnostic to get you your next steps moving forward.